All right, we're going to start the warm-up in sub stance, facing directly forward, pressing through the right and left heel, bending the knees, keeping the core engaged, posture upright. Just getting used to the motion of the board side to side, see how far it moves. And now we're going to go into some sub squats. So hips back, knees over the ankles. We can bring the arms up, keep good posture, keep the core engaged here. Straight up and down, drop the hips and squeeze up. Just some basic movements to start getting the lower body warmed up. Now hold it all the way down and rock right to left. So just another variation of the sub stance, rocking it right to left, holding it low. And now come off the board, left foot up, right foot down, and switch, up and over. We call these skaters. So we're going to start, it's that lateral motion. We're going to start with the hands touching the board each time, staying really low. Just getting used to it. We want to be light on the feet as we land, keeping it low. Now come up into surf stance for the third move. And we're going to bring left knee to right elbow, right knee to left elbow, across the body, using the core, warming up the core, warming up the lower body. So there's not really a full squat here. Just keeping a slight bend in the knees, bringing opposite knee to opposite elbow. Staying centered, getting used to the motion of the board in this direction. And now we're going to come down into just a deep stretch here. So not too much stretching before we really get into the workout, but just loosen it up a little bit. Get used to moving around on the board, pivoting backwards, and stretch the other side. Loosening up those legs. So now let's go through that whole sequence one more time, this time with a little bit of a more advanced variation. So right into those sub squats a little faster. Same as always, we introduce and then we go through a little bit faster once people have the hang of it. Try to get the blood flowing a little bit more in the warm-up. So into those sub squats, down and up, drop the hips, squeeze up, and hold it down, rock it side to side. Now we can get the arms going here, make it a little more advanced. So into a sub squat while moving the arms. Left arm up, right arm back, right arm up, left arm back. Again, dropping the hips, keeping the core engaged, warming up the lower body, starting to get the blood flow. Now back down into those skaters. This time we're going to come all the way up, so not touching the board, but we're doing it very slowly. Little squat on each side. So again, we want to be really careful on those feet. Nice and slow, coming up to the center of the board, just getting used to stepping on and off the board. So this is going to alleviate some people's fear of how high off the ground they are. We're coming up and down, sitting into the heels, keeping the core engaged, upright, good posture, and then back into surf stance for the last one. So we can go a little bit faster this time. Opposite knee to opposite elbow. No squat here, just a slight bend in the knees, getting used to that motion of the board, trying to speed things up, trying to get everybody on the same page and understanding how it moves forward to back and side to side. And last time through, that little stretch, sprinter pose here. Hands on the board and reverse. Stretch out the opposite side, facing the tail of the board. And now we're just going to finish the warm-up with a few squats and a little bit of a carve. So stretch it out to the front here. Again, not too much stretching. We're just really trying to get used to the board, loosen up a little bit, get the blood flowing. Just some lateral squats side to side. Sitting back into those heels, trying to keep the chest upright here, hips back. Moving the board nose to tail. And just getting comfortable for our warm-up. So after we've done those 2 rounds, now we're just really going to finish with some squats and surf stance and the carve. So introduce the carve here. Rock it low, keep the hips low. We can touch the board, reach into the air, make it a little more challenging. Touch and reach. Again, those hips are coming down just like a squat. Knees stay over the ankles, chest stays up. Good posture, core engaged. Reach up to the ceiling and touch the board. Like a rocking squat, up and down. Really start to fire up the legs, so we should really feel it by now. And touch, reach. So we can do as many here as we need to get everybody comfortable and make sure the legs are warmed up. Right into some regular squats, so a little bit faster. The goal is to get the heart rate up a tiny bit so we can move on to the next sequence. We can start to move a little bit quicker on the board, and that's the warm-up.